Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yuzrael and welcome once again to Clingin On. I'll let the mission briefing do the talking for this one to begin with.
Intelligence has decoded the list of Reman targets that you recovered from the vault. I want you to infiltrate one of these targets and determine why Obsec would attack it. The Vajar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire. But Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The big-eared little money grubbers have reopened their minds, and are now doing business with anyone with ladder. You will go to the Vajar system under the pretense of negotiating a trade deal for the Empire. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obsec and the Remans are targeting these mines, then we will know how to proceed.
Well, it's not the most glorious assignment in the world, dealing with a Ferengi-run mining station and sneaking around like some kind of Starfleet, but at least it's not likely to get us killed like the last few have been. So, engage! Alright, now, am I going to have to execute another navigator? Ah, right, we've actually arrived at the right system. However, I didn't execute a navigator the last time we missed our target, and my coffee's cold, so you're going out the airlock anyway. Where are you? Find the gravimetric scientist. After all, they're the ones who are supposed to be doing the maths on this drive. Where are you? Where are you? Aha! And you're unscrupulous, right? Out the airlock with you. And with that little bit of motivation done, let's get on with the business of the day. The Vajar system. Right, even the planets can't be driven carefully if the debris is any indication. So, let's start off with Maroon Taralalalalalalalalalalalalalalaleo. Romulan names. Very poetic, but you need about 3 weeks to say them. Right, oh, Orion Pirates. Freebooters. The reason Melanie Dion signed up with us, you irritating little globflies, is because if you didn't, you tend to explode when we next see you. Right, he's gone. Loop round. Hit the scatter volley and spread patterns, and bam. Alright, that should deal with him, and didn't have a shield stab on torpedoes hit, which is a bit of a pain, but doesn't matter. Bam. You can have your independent operating status. Much good may it do you. The old Empress is probably spinning in her grave. Pirates on the moon bearing her name. There weren't many Romulan captains who could match James Kirk. She was one of them. Right, next moon. There's no point hitting the cloak, of course, because it'll just decloak me to make the transmission, so why bother? Better dodge these asteroids as well. I don't really want to have to explain why the paint job got dinged yet again. After all, this is my first mission with her, so we'll gently nudge round the rocks. And we're in hailing range. Right, who wants to bet it's another trap? Well, weapons are charged, let's go. This moon is probably... Rude and insolent indeed. Do they not know what Klingons do to solicitors? I do not have the option to punish them for that foul and depraved act of libel. It will merely have to wait until next time. I will be coming back here with a squad of Marines, and I will be exacting justice with a very sharp, pointy object, if I can find one. Right, process of elimination. This has got to be the moon, and yes, we do have some paint in stores, don't we? Good. Madron. oleaginous as any Ferengi. I'm sorry, he looks Did the Gorn sit on him? Wouldn't blame one for trying. Right, only get to take the one person. Well, he's got a medical generator, so yeah, we'll see. What a dump. Okay. Lovely little bit of street intimidation going on just to set the tone. Still, no cloud cover, so it's probably going to be freezing cold. I didn't see where the star was in relation to this worthless lump of rock. Actually, no, I'm wrong, it's not worthless, is it? Loads of magnesite and other alloys, so... Right. Can we get him? Maybe your brother's been missing. Doobie-doobie-doob. Right, he's dead. No, I can't help it, I'm not interested in your whining either. Let's go find this Ferengi. Sooner done, sooner I can start throwing up my last meal into the nearest convenient trash can. Right, another bunch of refugees over there. Okay. Aha! There he is, there is the Chief Rat. A couple of Norscan bodyguards, not that they'd stop me if I decide to do this directly. But let's try it the civilized way first. The goodness of your heart. Right. Okay, so let's see if we can get some honest answers from a Romulan. Might as well try to get a good fight from a Starfleet officer. It's not impossible, but you're going to have to go through a lot of them before it matters. And, oh wow, is anyone else reminded of the aesthetics of a typical prison camp by this searchlight? Right. Okay, a capable scientist. Well, I shall leave you to prod at the dirt with your finger, and I shall go find somebody who is willing to actually aid the true rulers of this galaxy. Okay, let's see. Right. Well, at least you admit you don't have a spine. Let us go and do it for him then. Maybe this'll get us the answers we want. Okay. A couple of tags there, there, and there. So, not him. He's probably the engineering objective, isn't he? Right, and that is a very bad excuse for a guard animal. Give me a good trained targ any day. Excellent. No, but I am going to enjoy this. So, choppy, choppy, choppy. Get out of my way. I'll say this for the AI. At least it is developing the brains to run away when I come at it with a battler most of the time. And there's a good reason why it should be doing it all of the time. Right, choppy, choppy, choppy. Right, down, down, down. Right, okay. And just finish off with a rifle. Street scum like that, honourable death with an edge, is, well... Yes, I'm sure you've got a concussion. Those disrupted turrets will take care of you. If they start talking in babyish voices, you have about 5 seconds to live. Right, now let's find this other blip. So it's round here. No, it doesn't look like it, does it? Okay. Typical Romulans. Can't even build a decent ordered grid plan on their streets. Is it up here, I wonder? No. Okay. Which just about leaves around here past the 2 horrid excuses for guard animals. They should really have attacked me when I did that. Right. Okay, let us begin. In the back, he's a Romulan who deserves no better. 1. And since I haven't killed nearly enough people up close, you can have something you don't deserve. A taste of Batleth. Chop, smack, bang. You'd have given them all your money, then you'd have fallen over and died, and you know it perfectly well. Romulans, whole race needs to grow a spine. Right, final clump, all the way over there. Happy, happy days. At least I get some exercise. Dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo. Right. Back across the totally non-intimidating and entirely for your own protection searchlight. Right. Handy of these gang members to mark their position on the minimap, though. Saves me having to just kill everyone and work out who was a gang member afterwards. Right. Now then. How shall we open it this time? That's not an alley, so plasma grenade, maybe burning to death, will convince you to use the right terminology. Bit awkward about the refugee, but you should have ducked. Okay, it's 1, 2, and 3. Done. You get hit by a plasma grenade and you merely have a slight concussion. Are you sure you're a Romulan? Or has this mining college just been overrun by Undine infiltrators as well? Are we going to have to purge the whole world of the Kobor? Mind you, we probably purge the whole world anyway. This world will be doing much better as a Clingin mining colony. No Ferengi, no Romulans, proper productivity. My tactical training has paid off. I went through 5 years at the academy just to get rid of 9 petty thugs. So totally worth it. Right, was that a... that was a Starfleet scanner. So not only is this place overrun with shapeshifters, but the Federation has infiltrated it as well. Conquest will be doing this world a favour. Right, back to Madran. Let's see what the slimy little worm... Right. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. I'm sure there is. Alright, well, let's go clean them out. After all, if their guys up top weren't much of a cop, maybe the ones down here will give us something of a challenge. Another Starfleet tricorder. Bring forth the flamethrowers. Right. The mine. Happy days. Well, at least it's properly lit and they've got roof supports in place. So far, so Klingon mining code. Don't make me hurt you, don't make me laugh. We're going past you whether you like it or not. Tricorder says that's the way, and this is a proper Klingon tricorder, so it does not lie. What do I want? For you to get out of my way, of course. Right. Alright, get him! Apparently the Romulan for stop his force. The Dolvar Romulan must die. And... he took a suspiciously long time to fall down. Doesn't matter though, in we go. Let's get the rest of this gang. Who apparently are using Romulan uniforms and ranks. Oh, what a surprise. The whole mining operation was a front, wasn't it? Makes me wonder why they tolerated the Ferengi, though. Well, not that it matters, we can get our answers in between the screams of Romulans dying. Alright, next group. In we go, and wait a second, that looks like 5 of them. Better get some reinforcements down here, I think. There we go. 2 spare Romulans. Where'd the... That didn't happen. Honest. It was a holographic reconnaissance drone. Yes, that's it. We sent in a drone cunningly disguised as the great Captain Kobor to scout out the Romulans. Yes, that's entirely the explanation. And now we shall do it a little more carefully because we know what we're facing in there. Note to Lawson, just edit the last 5 minutes out of the saga when you get round to telling it. A Centurion medic, he's going to just kindly stay dead this time. Zap, zap, zap. This is why I prefer melee combat. It may not be the most subtle and detailed game system ever invented, but at least it's more interesting than pop, 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 big pop, and then more popping. Right, Centurion Engineers. Usually the best way to kill these guys was melee, but plasma fire works just as nicely. Time was those guys spammed shield recharge, and it made them absolute nightmares to kill with ranged combat. You had to basically do it on the bleed-through damage. Fortunately, that appears to have been rendered a little more sane. So, do we have any more Romulans in here? Yes, we do! Happy, happy days, another engineer. Right. And since I'm tired of just popping people one shot at a time, let's do it the good old ways. Where did I leave that hypo? There we go. Blasted turrets. Chop, chop, chop. That's why the AI runs away. They know what happens when they get in a corner with an enraged Klingon. Right. Next Ulan. I lost that turret. I thought I'd killed it. Well. Now it's dead. Alright, so, suspicious chunk of wall over there. Medical generator here. I suppose we need a way to get in, don't we? No doubt it will be a sophisticated and complicated lock that will require a great deal of code breaking and ingenuity to bypass and subvert. Or perhaps not. I want you to stand on the pressure plate, you blithering idiot. The moment I get an engineering candidate who I like the look of, you are going back to the academy. Or at least that's what we're telling your relatives. Out the airlock might be simpler. Okay, use the not very hidden door. And welcome to the Ratcave, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt with rat patrols and rat bosses and rat computers all the way through. Now, since it would be Romulan nature to stage a rat ambush somewhere in here, we shall proceed cautiously and carefully. And
I give the orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there's a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking...
There is much here you do not understand, Janek. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal'Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel! They were civilians! Their blood is on our hands!
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
A rat cutscene in which the Chief Rat and the second Chief Rat were having a rat argument. Well, yes, we could sneak by them, but that would be the action of, well, rats. Let's see, how close can we get, I wonder? Very close, it would seem. Would you mind if we just... Yes, apparently you would. Fine. Fall over, and yes, these guys really are engrossed in their rat work. Zap. And zap. Okay, is that all of them? No, it isn't. The agility of a rat as well, ladies and gentlemen. 12-foot jump over a banister from standing. Shame he did it straight into a weapons turret. Right then, let us see what the rat computers have to say. Rats spying on rats. Right. So the Ferengi are selling their weapons. And they don't want to join the Federation just yet. Well, that's not a bad thing. Okay. Resistance is futile. We shall see. They've been saying that for, what, 35 years now, and we're still here. Right, let's see what they know about the Klingons. Yes. Well, yes, any good, honest warrior is angered by having to work with Imperial intelligence. They're scum. You can't even challenge them. Ugh. And then there's Starfleet. Right, so no chance of him dying of a heart attack. And the Ferengi are profiting. Of course the Ferengi are profiteering. It's what they do. Okay, so that's all of those. Just updates, really. If you somehow missed all the background. Aha! The rats were spying on the rats. Fair enough. So Hakeev is doing his own thing, it would seem. Messages to unknown recipients. Well, it'll be interesting to see who he's been getting in bed with. Metaphorically, I hope. The Romulans don't really go for honeypot tactics. Right. Hammer through these two. At least they're putting up a decent fight, unlike the last lot. And number 3 just for variety. Now then. Okay, nothing up here, but there's a usable computer. Janus, I know that reference. Oh yes, Janus 6. The Federation were experimenting there, weren't they? Something about a mining colony that they were trying to test with a new biological mining tool. As I remember, the thing got loose and... yeah. Oh yes, it started doing that to the miners, didn't it? Yes. There were some suspicions at the time that the Federation was going to unleash them onto Rura Pente. Let's face it, something that can tunnel through rock, is basically immune to disruptor fire, and tends to kill anything that isn't itself. Oh, and breathes! Would be a fairly effective area denial weapon if the Tribbles didn't devastate a world's ecosystem. Those things, those Horta, as I believe the Federation codenamed them, could be relied upon to grab all the mineral wealth and then leave. Semi-sentient mining drones. Fortunately, that one doesn't appear to be hostile. They must have not implemented the anti-Klingon programming yet. Mind you, if we leave this world intact, we're going to have to clean the place out. Look at the eggs. Look at the last miner it dealt with. Oh, and oh yes, that was the other last touch. Even while it was busy destroying your world and killing your people, it scrawled Federation propaganda and lies into the very world it was defacing. We did a very good thing when we shut down the prototype program on Janus 6 with extreme prejudice. Of course, the Federation do maintain to this day that the Horta were a full-fledged silicoid race. Lies. And the lying liars who tell them you cannot trust the Federation. Right, what has the wider Ratverse been up to? Right, so the lower levels of the Royal Palace are in use. Yes, what were on the lower levels? The handy information extraction chambers? Oh well, I guess we'll find out one of these days.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeev has his way, we all will.
Yes, the typical Romulan mentality. Think about yourself first. Now, since I don't imagine these miners are too happy with her being locked up in a brig. Yes, it would be a shame, wouldn't it, if all the brig force fields were to mysteriously fail. What a pity. What a horrible, horrible coincidence. This is what you get, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't put proper user authentication locks onto your prisoner cell doors. Right. Let us go and have a word with this commander. After all, she might actually not need too much encouragement to help. A few disruptor burns. Nothing serious. And she pops a failure on mine. Well, not only do we not want to be stood there, but that confirms her as being a treacherous little petak. Right, let's see what she has to say for herself.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal'Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
We ask the
know
questions.
About this base? Impossible. Only the leadership of the Tal'Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you. But it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here, nothing more. There are many targets those Reman scum would find much more tempting. Are you sure you want to end things like this?
I have 5 disruptors pointed at you. Yes, I think I do. Well, so end all rats. Except for you 4, you might be useful for a moment. Right, so we've got her access code. Fortunately we didn't disintegrate the body or things would have been messy. Romulans, so steeped in lies and falsehood that they won't even recognise the truth when it's in front of their faces. The race would be better off conquered. Right, unlock that. Oh, hi guys. Right, 5 to 2. Let's see if these miners are any good. Apparently not. One poxy little grenade and they fall over. Right. Well, I think we can revive a couple of them. Might even get to the 3rd one. Let's see. Nope. A moment's silence, please, for the nameless miner claimed by his prison's cleaning system. Right, that'll do. On to the next round of guards. Come here. Come here! I'm trying to stab you! Better. Right, no, come here. Stand still and be hit like good little enemies of the Empire. I owe the blazes with this. I really haven't got time. So, pop. There we go. Running, well, it won't save you. Just means you die from disruptor burns instead of multiple lacerations. Although, strictly speaking, that's a Polaron rifle I'm using, so... Nah, who cares? It's all weapons fire. Right then, Hakeev, I'm coming for... you. Blasted force fields.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Well, he's a sore loser. And with the size of those shoulder pads, he's also clearly the villain. Right, so let's just grab the computers. Simply speed pulling out the hard drive. And no, I don't think there's anything else to do here, so... let's make sure he doesn't keep that promise about his tomb by staging an abrupt tactical withdrawal. And by that I do not mean that I am running for my life like a scared little Grishnar cat. That's what Federation officers do. Klingon officers stage a deliberate tactical withdrawal. And... wait a second. Did I just... can I play football with these rocks? Let's see. Yes, I can. Proper Klingon football. None of this air-inflated pig's bladder stuff. We do it with 50 kilos of rock. Yes, and if you break your toes, well, that's what you get for playing. None of this safety gear either. Helmets, bah! That's what your skull's for. Right. out to the mine, and well, that's the property value of this place gone. But you have to admire the dedication of these Romulans. They'll make excellent Jegpui. We blow up their mine and they barely even blink. Most of them don't even look up from what they're doing, courtesy of a colossal earth-shaking explosion. Yes, colossal. I can only assume that is some kind of tailoring measure, no doubt used for making the Ferengi's clothes. Right. No, you were sheltering Tal'Shiar. We cleaned out your gang, but now you're going to answer for it. He's shocked, yes, no doubt by the fact that we are still alive. That is what you get for underestimating Klingon warriors. Honestly, a mere base full of Romulan Tal'Shiar. How did he expect that to get 2 Klingons killed? Right, and you will be treating those miners well, Madran, because when I come back, I want the workforce in one piece, or I will have you in several. For the moment, however, to the bridge. We have some files to decrypt, and I still need to get that view screen installed. Well, at least the lighting's at a civilized level. Never mind, can do that on the next trip to Kronos. Right, the ready room, the sanctuary, the peace, the calm, the excessive weapons collection. Not sure where the pet Targ's got to. He's not in his bed. Can only assume he's hunting down errant crew members on the slave decks. Alright, let's have a seat and work this out. Apparently I can't reach my computer from my chair. Evidently, this will have to be done on my feet. No doubt this is some policy of the Klingon Defence Force to ensure its captains do not become lazy or flaccid. Right, so this is just random Klingon intelligence, except the House of Torg. They weren't up for commendation, they were up for being expelled and declared non-Klingon. Right, and it wasn't just their seat on the High Council that they locked, so if we change that so it's correct... Aha! So, reciprocity is going to be the main file, so if we go through the rest... Right, Sokev didn't retire after all. We caught him and exposed him to the Federation. Of course, they still don't believe us about their command and political structures being riddled with Undine, but their Federation... They're almost as bad as the Romulans when it comes to dealing with truth and lies. Now then, okay, that's interesting. Hakeev... Wasn't Hakeev a colonel? Even if they were using naval parlance, Hakeev would have been the equivalent of a captain, not a commander. Not that it really matters. Oh, great number sequences. Well, let's just try one at random. Bop. Nope, that clearly wasn't it. Change the other one. Okay, that's green, so we'll call that good. Right, let's try the next file. Okay, reciprocity is just junk. Still, I dare say we'll have to come back to that one later. And referendum. Something only weak cultures have. Right, Ambassador Zhirok. Who is Ambassador Zhirok and why do I care? Well, he didn't go to Andoria. Let's see if he went to Kronos. No, I suspect I'd have noticed the impaled Romulan, wouldn't I? So he went to Vulcan. Romulan ambassador on Vulcan. That's not going to end well for us. Probably just another Undine infiltrator. Right. Ha! Click, click, click. Right, so... What do you know? That Romulan rat was telling the truth. So they were actually just a listing post. Fine, it looks like we're heading to the Dera system. Well, let's check in with
intelligence. Justified in his anger. The Tal'Shiar records you recovered from their listening post indicate that they have been tormenting the Remans for months. Their bases have been attacked, their ships destroyed, and their families killed or imprisoned. There is no more honorable reason to pick up a blade than to defend your home and family. However, Obisek was willing to use Thaleron weapons to destroy a handful of Tal'Shiar operatives. Using a hammer to swat a globfly is not the warrior's way. It is madness.
And yet the globfly is very effectively swatted all the same. Right, however, there is one other bit of business.
It is good that you look at the world with a conqueror's eye. There is much there that would be of use to us. Plentiful resources, a ready workforce, a place to prepare our ships to strike at Sealer's forces. I will take your proposal to the High Council. If they agree, perhaps you will have the honor of leading the invasion force.
Or perhaps I won't. Either way, I'll see you next time.